Hey everyone, I'm Lee Roberts, or Brick Builder Studios online, and this year for Brick Fair, Virginia, I built Anaxes. This particular scene is from the first episode of Season 7, when the Bad Batch is landing at the base on Anaxes. And unfortunately, I don't have the Bad Batch figures, but I have the ship right here, and that's pretty much the main focus of the entire mock. I started with the ship, and then I built the rest around it because I felt that it needed a nice landing platform to stand out.
Well, let's start with the ship then, because as you said, that's certainly the focal point of the build, and it stands out. It's really fantastic. So just kind of take us through the details of this build and how it came together.
Sure. So as with all my builds, I start on Studio from Bricklink. It's a 3D design platform where you can build with Lego bricks. And I started on there in about May, and I built up the majority of the ship. And then I ordered all the pieces for it, and pretty much you just follow the instructions and build it in person. It's a very easy way to build whatever you want.
Now, is there kind of playability with it? Is there movement in this?
Sure. So the whole thing is about 6,000 pieces. I'll start with that. And then there's an interior, which I can try to take off here. It's a little fragile at the moment because this is still a preliminary design. I'm still going to be editing it a lot to make it more suitable for instructions down the line here. But this is, so you got the full interior pretty much. So the stairs, which you can easily fold up here.
As you said, still some modifications coming.
Exactly. This has never happened before. This is kind of interesting here. But they fold up pretty much just right in there. And then the top wing comes off, and in the final version of the ship, which I'll be, doing down the line, the wings will actually fold down, and it is motorized. So unfortunately, I can't show that feature here. It's still basic, but let me try to take off the side panels here, and you can get a view of the interior. All right, so there's the interior. I'm going to try to take off the wing a little bit. There we go. So you have the gun turret in the back there, which is you see in the show a lot. That's Omega's kind of headquarters there, her bedroom. And then you have the seats for landings, and you have the control panels for the, doing mission briefing and stuff like that.
And you've even incorporated some lights here in part of it as well.
Sure, yeah. So you see the floodlights a lot in the show, and I thought I should include that. So those are just two brick stuff lights that I just incorporated in there. The battery pack's right underneath.
And then talk about building kind of the different wing sections of it, because you've got some tough angles in there and things that aren't always easy to achieve with Lego.
So I built an original Bad Batch shuttle about 3 years ago based off the unfinished episodes that were released, and I basically just stole the wings from that design. And it's for the most part, it's just snot with slopes, and then on the outside, I have these plates and tiles and hinges, so it just kind of frames it out. It's a super nice technique that I think implements itself really well into this build.
Certainly fantastic work. So the ship itself looks amazing there. Let's talk about kind of the rest of the build that you kind of created the scene with here.
Yeah, so the tower is another kind of major part. So this entire scene is based off a screenshot from the first episode. And in that screenshot, you see the two light posts, the troops walking around, and the tower. So I decided to recreate the tower. Basically, all that is just I can try to take it apart for you if you want. It's just a bunch of bricks with studs on the side going, there's 8 directions, right? You have the corners, and then there's just jumper plates up there that hold it on off the stud, so it's centered. And then I just have all these curved slopes going down the sides, and on the corners, it's pretty much the same thing except just sitting on one stud at an angle.
And it works so well to get that rounded tower effect. It really looks very natural and seamless.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. As you can see, I also incorporated some of the old pneumatic tubes. I think they give a really nice effect in curvature to the whole tower there. I use them up top here again. And that's just another little technique I did to get the rounded effect. Because it's kind of a dome in the show, so I kind of wanted to recreate that.
Once again, some great lighting in here. So is that kind of running up through the base of the tower?
Sure, yeah. So you can see the cable running out the back there. Basically, it's just a light strip I ordered online, and I soldered it to the right length, and I just stuck it to the plates there.
And then I like your various cargo back here using those old dice pieces, right?
Right. That's a technique I saw a long time ago, and I just love it for crates. It's the perfect design, gives you that nice black border all the way around it.
What are the other pieces you're using there?
So this is like a 50-gallon drum. It's basically two of the what's that, 6 stud shooter pieces, and I just stick them together with 2 Technic pins, and it makes a great 50-gallon drum.
That's such a creative use of those stud shooter pieces. Not something, certainly not what they were designed to be used for, but they work great for that.
Exactly. I love that look.
And then we've got kind of like a landing strip idea out here up front.
Sure. So it's basically the whole platform here is just snot, apart from a few areas where it's just tiled to give it some interesting look there. And then up here is the black kind of center roadway of Anaxes. You can see the yellow markings, and all this is just bricks, laid on their sides using the snot technique. Some of them aren't even attached; they're just sitting there. But it gives a really nice look, especially with the yellow and the black contrast with each other.
So this whole build, then, how does this travel to show? Is it built on different base plates?
Yeah. So the ship is by itself. I can carry that. I carried that at my lap on the way here in the car. And then there's 3 base plates. You can kind of see the dividing lines here. They're attached with Technic axles, so it makes it nice and easy to put together. And they just stack up, and I can easily move it.
Well, fantastic work. Great work with the lighting. Look forward to seeing the finished version of the shuttle eventually as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.